Hej, siemano wam wszystkim ludzie, z tej strony Arturo, witam was na swoim kanale i kontynuujemy Lost Horizon. Musimy pomóc Glenowi, naszemu przyjacielowi w wygraniu z zawodach, inaczej nie dostaniemy się do muzeum. W takim razie kontynuujmy. Już widzę, że coś się tutaj iskrzy. Lampa.
The lamp's seen better days. It's flickering and sparking. Looks like it would give me a nasty shock.
Mamy przebranie, legitymację prasową, lepki lizak, wysuszony bukiet, łamana szyjka butelki. O!
The spark set the flowers alight.
Okej. W naszym ekwipunku płoną kwiaty. O nie! To nie wróży niczego dobrego. Ale mamy też dwa znicze.
An empty torch bracket. A torch bracket. Empty.
Okej.
Yes, that is where a torch is supposed to go, but then it would burn the cables above it. I'm not sure that's such a great idea. At least, not right now.
No dobra, czyli będziemy mogli spalić kable na górze.
A thick bundle of cables running out into the stadium.
Ale na tą chwilę nie chcemy tego robić. Możemy wejść na stadion. Ale zanim tam pójdę, chciałbym jeszcze zobaczyć, co kryje się za tymi dwoma drzwiami.
The layout of the stadium. As we've already established, of course, I'm an expert orienteer, so I won't be needing this. It's locked. The sign says, equipment room.
Pokój ze sprzętem. Szatnia. No, ale tutaj mogliśmy wejść. Przynajmniej jest ciszej i spokojniej.
The list of starters in the long jump. Glenn's got a slim lead, that's why he's last to jump. This is a list of the best scores the decathletes have achieved in the last year. Glenn's toughest competitor, Erwin Huber, still tops him by 25 centimeters in the long jump. If they're both on form tonight, the German will just snatch victory. If Glenn doesn't win gold, he won't be able to get me into the museum. I've got to do something.
No właśnie, musimy coś wymyślić. Pewnie przygotujemy jakiś sabotaż.
Damn, it's getting late. I need to get on with whatever the hell it is I think I'm doing here.
Jest 11:20. Ręcznik.
Filthy. I'm not touching it. Might as well be eyeing up women back at Shen's.
Spocony ręcznik. Fuj. Ale mamy też nowe ręczniki.
Call it intuition if you like. But I'm taking this towel.
Okej. Mogliśmy zabrać jeden.
I've already got a towel. Fresh, clean towels. A soft cotton towel. Only the best.
Tenisówki.
There's a pair of old trainers under the bench. Nothing I can do with a pair of smelly trainers. The shoelaces, on the other hand, look absolutely essential.
Czyli mamy sznurowadła. Sznurek. Coś będziemy mogli związać. A może to są tenisówki tego gościa, który rywalizuje z Glennem i przez to nie będzie mógł skakać. Kosz na śmieci.
A bottle of cleaner.
Okej.
There's nothing else in there. The bin's empty. A bottle of cleaner. Not that I'm about to pay any heed to what a bottle tells me to do, but it says, removes even the most stubborn stains. Warning. Do not use on plastic surfaces. Contains the solvent acetone.
Dobra, rozumiem, że coś będziemy mogli rozpuścić. Niebieska koszulka.
A sweaty blue jersey. Sweaty sports clothes. No thanks.
Myślę, że niejednej kobiecie by się taka koszulka podobała. Podobno męski pot działa jak afrodyzjak.
They're all locked. What would a locker room be without lockers? Just a room, I suppose.
Nie możemy otworzyć szafek. Haczyk na ubranie.
It's a poster advertising the Olympic torch relay. The games have started, so my guess is this is a little out of date.
Igrzyska są spoko. Chyba nawet trwają teraz. Tak mi się przynajmniej wydaje. Ale ja się już tak naprawdę nie mogę doczekać euro.
Metal coat hooks. This hook here seems to be loose.
O,
Got it.
haczyk na ubranie.
A brass coat hook. It's slightly bent and has a ball-shaped end. As striking features go, I'll admit I'm clutching at straws.
Może będę mógł to z czymś użyć. Jednak nie.
A ventilation grate. I can see a weak light on the other side. It's screwed on tight.
A może za pomocą haczyka uda się to odkręcić?
Just needed a bit of leverage, that's all. The grate's off.
No właśnie, Fenton mówił, że jest tutaj płaska końcówka.
Ah, it's the equipment room.
Świetnie. Dostaliśmy się do drugiego pokoju.
A whole load of sporting equipment and measuring devices. Stopwatches, batons, several table tennis balls, and a measuring tape.
Taśma miernicza.
Could be useful. I'm sure no one will miss these.
Table tennis balls. A competition-sanctioned measuring tape.
Piłeczki do ping-ponga są plastikowe. My mamy środek czyszczący, który rozpuszcza plastik. Okej, dobrze wiedzieć. Może będziemy mogli to wykorzystać ze sobą.
It reads Certified Measurement Devices, calibrated by the IOC 1936. Only for use by authorized personnel.
Blok startowy.
Starting blocks for the track races. I'd much rather leave them here.
Nigdy nie potrafiłem z czegoś takiego startować w szkole.
I can't see much, but it looks like a full house out there. Adventurous though I am, perhaps I should just go the normal way. The door outside's locked.
No i w sumie to dobrze. Ktoś by mógł się zorientować, że tutaj weszliśmy. A tak, kiedy weszliśmy przez szyb wentylacyjny, raczej nikt nas tutaj nie znajdzie. Handler.
Some dumbbells. 5 kilos. I'll just take one of these with me.
Okej.
2 javelins and some hammer throwing and shot put equipment. The shelf's feet are screwed to the floor. That's some heavy duty storage. I dabbled in athletics when I was at the academy. I remember all too well how heavy these things are. You'll understand if I don't fancy carrying them around with me.
Podnóżek.
The shelf's metal base is screwed tightly to the floor.
No ale mamy haczyk. Może on też posłuży tutaj za śrubokręt. O właśnie.
I can't use the coat hook to loosen the screws. Yet. Maybe leaving it here will help. Somehow.
Wieszak na ubrania na podnóżku.
I did kind of like it down there. But hey ho.
Wzięliśmy go z powrotem.
I can't use the coat hook to loosen the screw.
Ale skoro możemy go tutaj włożyć, to może coś jeszcze będę mógł na tym użyć. O,
Maybe I could find some more uses for this hook if I were to mangle, or rather, modify it with this dumbbell. Here goes. Damn, it won't stay put when I hit it.
to było mocne uderzenie. Haczyk na ubranie.
As striking features go, I'll admit I'm clutching at straws.
High jump mats. Time for a nap? Maybe later.
Dobra. Czy coś jeszcze będziemy mogli tutaj zrobić?
They're all locked. More lockers.
Wszystkie są zamknięte.
Not a chance.
Metalowy panel.
It's a metal plate screwed into the side of the locker. If I can loosen the metal plate, maybe I can open this left-hand locker. I'll need to attack the screws though. And the coat hook's got a rounded end.
Ma okrągłe zakończenia. A może ja muszę w niego więcej razy przypierdzielić?
I can't use the coat hook to loosen the screws. Yet. Maybe leaving it here will help. Somehow.
Może raz to było za mało.
Not a bad idea. I could flatten out the end, but it won't stay put when I hit it. Okay, it's all tied up. Time to get to work. It worked. The end's now flattened out.
No i teraz chyba otworzymy ten panel.
Now that it's flat, this makes for a pretty decent screwdriver. Let's get this panel loose.
Świetnie.
Ta-da! I present to you the inside of a locker.
Garnitur.
Looks like a judge's uniform. Swish. A judge's uniform.
Okej, mamy taśmę pomiarową. Mamy strój sędziego. Gdybyśmy się przebrali za sędzinę i sędziowali na przykład skok w dal Glena i jego kolegi, no to byśmy mogli za pomocą tej taśmy mierniczej sfałszować wynik. Nie taki głupi pomysł. Tylko teraz pytanie, czy ja będę mógł wyjść na stadion?
An official IOC judge's uniform. The colour's questionable, but the material's top quality. It's even my size. I'm going to need a better disguise. I can help Glenn better if I'm dressed as an official judge.
Lowry Askela is preparing for his jump. After 9 out of 10 contests, the Finnish athlete holds third place in the decathlon. We'd like to ask for silence now, please. Askela's jump is valid as well. Now we're anxious to know the distance.
(7:25), 7 meters and 25 centimeters.
We've just been informed of the distance. 7 meters and 25 centimeters. A sensational jump by the exceptional Finnish athlete. Can Erwin Huber and Glenn Parker keep up? There's a palpable atmosphere of suspense here in the stadium. In the overall rankings, Erwin Huber is in second place, just behind Glenn Parker of Great Britain. Given that the long jump is his forte, the German athlete now has a very strong chance of reaching for gold. Just a few more moments, and we'll know who will win the 1936 Olympic decathlon.
It really is about time I did something clever. Or at least vindictive.
Tylko co byśmy mogli tutaj zrobić?
That's a lot of people. That guy with the tash looks familiar.
Jest 2 sędziów. Mamy też taśmę pomiarową. Mikrofon. Wiązka kabli. Wiązka kabli z oświetleniem. Okej.
This cable powers the lights and things out on the track. I shouldn't do anything to blow my cover. I'd better not talk to him. The judge records the distance and relays it to the stadium announcer. The judge uses the microphone to relay the jumper's distance to the stadium announcer. This measuring tape is used to measure the distance of the long jump from the takeoff point to the nearest sand imprint. What good would that do? They're identical. At the moment, anyway.
Są identyczne przynajmniej w tej chwili. Okej. Dobra. A gdybym ja tak tą taśmę skrócił, mam szyjkę butelki.
I could use the sharp edge to cut the measuring tape and then alter it. Won't be long before Glenn discovers his inner champion.
1 metr taśmy pomiarowej.
I sense... Yes, I rather sense a plan taking shape. I'll cut another 25 centimeters off the 1 meter piece. That's the exact length Glenn needs to beat his competitor's best distance.
Ale teraz byśmy musieli to w jakiś sposób połączyć. Spróbuję rozpuścić piłeczki do ping-ponga.
The cleaner contains acetone. According to the label, this solvent shouldn't come into contact with plastics. My destructive tendencies are encouraging me to do precisely that. Hence, the table tennis balls. But if it melts plastic, I can only imagine what it does to human skin. I need a container of some kind.
O, potrzebuję jakiegoś pojemnika. Albo...
I can mess around all I like, but I need something to glue these back together. A lolly just doesn't cut the mustard. Not if someone's actually going to use the bloody thing.
Czyli to jednak nie zadziała. Może w tym koszu na śmieci?
The bin looks pretty sturdy. Should be a good container for my little experiment. Wish I could say this was the first time I've done something like this. The solvent's dissolving the balls. All that's left is a sticky mush and a fierce stench. Smells a bit like thorn apple.
Na szczęście nie mam pojęcia, jak śmierdzi bieluń.
I don't need that stuff all over my hands.
Dobra, spróbujmy.
I can probably glue this back onto the original tape. I guess the molten plastic will do the job. Perfect. I'll glue the shortened piece back onto the original roll. Job done.
Mam nadzieję, że przykleiłem odpowiedni odcinek. Dobra, tutaj mamy kable. Gdyby udało się troszeczkę przetopić, może sędziowie by przyszli zobaczyć, co się tutaj dzieje. A nam udałoby się podmienić taśmę mierniczą z tą, którą znajduje się na stole.
Yes, that is where a torch is supposed to go, but then it would burn the cables above it. I'm not sure that's such a great idea. At least, not right now.
To jest bardzo dobry pomysł.
Yes, that is where it... I'm not... Okay. I've got the rigged measuring tape ready, but to make this work, I've got to smuggle it into the long jump area somehow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching the grand finale of the Olympic decathlon. In just a few moments, Erwin Huber of Germany will step up to compete. I'd like to ask for quiet from the stands so that the athletes can concentrate. An excellent effort. That was quite a jump. Could Erwin Huber have beaten his own record?
750. 7 meters and 50 centimeters.
7 meters and 50 centimeters. Fantastic! Erwin Huber has topped his own personal best. This will make it very, very difficult for Glenn Parker to defend his lead in the overall standings. Parker is heading to the track. In just a few minutes, his performance in the long jump will determine the gold medal decathlon winner.
I'm really running out of time here. I've got to swap the tape, but I'll struggle as long as those two judges are still standing over it.
No dobra. Mam nadzieję, że teraz uda się postawić tutaj ten bukiet kwiatów.
Good plan, Fenton. The fire gradually burns through the cables, then the lights on the long jump area go out, interrupting the event, and I'm long gone before anyone realizes what's happened. Let's be honest, that's the best bit. Let's get out of here.
Berlin is holding its collective breath. The final decision in the decathlon is rapidly approaching. Glenn Parker is warming up on the track for his decisive jump. I'd like to ask the spectators in the stands to remain quiet because... One moment. We seem to be experiencing technical difficulties in the long jump area.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
What's wrong?
What do you think is wrong? There's a complete power failure in this part of the stadium. Must be another problem with the cables. I'll go check. Come with me. I might need your help.
Shouldn't the technician take care of it?
Sure, in about 3 hours' time, we can't put the Olympic Games on hold. Can you keep an eye on things while we try to fix the problem?
But of course, just leave everything in my capable hands.
No, nie będzie sędziów, a my będziemy mogli podmienić taśmę. Taki lekki sabotaż z naszej strony. No ale cel uświęca środki, my musimy dostać się do muzeum. Mam nadzieję, że to oszustwo nie wyjdzie na jaw.
I've just been told that we're doing everything possible to fix the problem. Thank you for your patience. I'm sure the long jump contest will resume shortly.
The perfect time to swap the tapes.
Ladies and gentlemen, our technical problems have been solved. The judges are returning to their seats, and we can continue. The big question, though, is will the interruption have put Glenn Parker off his stride? I see that he's returning to his starting position. Any minute now, he'll be making his decisive jump. The jump is valid. But was it far enough? From here, it doesn't seem like he came anywhere near Erwin Huber. But what do the measurements say?
7:35.
7 meters and 35 centimeters.
7 meters and 35 centimeters! That puts him just behind Erwin Huber in this final event, but it's just enough for Glenn Parker of Great Britain to take the gold medal. His lead may have been minuscule, but that's a minor detail. Glenn Parker has won the 1936 Olympic decathlon. Erwin Huber will have to be satisfied with silver, and Lauri Askela of Finland has earned bronze. And that, ladies and gentlemen, marks the end of this year's decathlon.
I hope history will forgive me. I mean, I may have betrayed the centuries-old Olympic spirit and cheated a man out of his gold medal. But come on. I am here saving the world, so I'll finally be able to get into the museum. Countess von Hagenhild had better be there with what I need. Glenn had better have a spare dinner jacket as well.
2 godziny później w recepcji muzeum.
Cheers, Glenn. I really owe you one.
No problem. Sure you don't fancy a drink to celebrate?
Believe you me, once I'm done on this job, I'll be holding a liquid celebration for a solid week. For now, I just need to find a way down into the lower levels.
Then I won't keep you. Maybe I'll see you at the next Sandhurst reunion.
Sure, if I get an invitation this year. What is it about smuggling they have such an issue with?
Heaven knows. Well, good luck with your search for Richard. It was great to see you again, Fenton.
Thanks, Glenn. You take care.
No i udało nam się dostać do muzeum. Glenn poszedł świętować. Na przyjęcie.
It's the gold medalist reception. Glenn's in there. Let's pray no one ever realizes he really shouldn't be. Perhaps a little too la-di-da for my tastes. Besides, I am supposed to be finding a way downstairs. The guy in the foyer said that whole area was off limits. I'd bet my old Ford, if I still had it, that that's where the Countess is hiding the eye and the map.
Stół.
A bottle of champagne and a glass. If the plonk were cheaper, it'd be the spit of my bedside table. A champagne glass.
O. Wszystkie przedmioty zniknęły z mojego ekwipunku.
There's a champagne cork in this glass. I'll have that, shall I?
Korek do szampana.
Collecting champagne corks isn't one of my hobbies, but I'll hold on to the little wire cap. Nothing could be simpler.
Okej. Zakorkowana butelka szampana, drut z korka do szampana, pusty kieliszek do szampana. Barierka.
The sign reads, "No entry for visitors." I'll just take the red... No, what the hell. I'll take the whole bloody thing with me. Why not?
Jestem ciekaw, gdzie to zmieściłeś.
These people need to learn how to hold their bladders. We used to go 48 hours with our legs crossed in intensive training. Let's just close this whole area off.
No dobra, czyli nikt już stąd nie wyjdzie.
It's a painting of the Himalayas. A monastery in the Tibetan mountains. No, not that monastery. Yak on a mountainside. What an appropriate title. A map of Tibet. Ernst Schaefer drew it by hand during his expedition there.
Ciekawe.
It's the cloakroom. It's summer. No one really needs a beautiful scarf like this.
Okej. Wzięliśmy biały szalik. Do foyer. Szafka ścienna, drzwi. Ale najpierw chcę zobaczyć, co kryje się w tej gablocie.
The lid's closed, but I can't see a lock. This display case contains equipment from an expedition to Tibet, led by a certain Ernst Schaefer 2 years ago. A small movie camera and a few bits of clothing, along with some climbing equipment.
Okej.
I could probably use this to pick the lock, if there was a lock on the case to pick, which, if you hadn't worked it out already, there isn't.
Nie mogę otworzyć tej gabloty.
But the party's just getting started. Oh, and yes, I am supposed to be saving the world.
Czyli tamtędy nie wyjdę. Mamy jeszcze 2 pary drzwi. Szafka ścienna.
Looks like a small cupboard. Well, no, it's definitely a small cupboard. I mean, just look at it. It's cupboard-shaped and small. The cupboard door is locked.
Może tutaj będę mógł użyć ten drucik.
It's a pretty basic lock. I should be able to get it open.
Zrobiliśmy sobie lockpick.
I picked the lock on the cupboard door. This cupboard is full of cleaning supplies. I'll take a mop and... yes, why not? A jar of hydrochloric acid.
Okej. Mop. I butelka kwasu solnego.
This jar contains hydrochloric acid. Powerful stuff. They probably use it on the tiles.
A może kwas rozpuści tą gablotę? Nie wiem, tak sobie pomyślałem.
A heavy door. Surprise. It's locked. The acid's eating through the lock.
I have been searching these exhibits for over 3 hours. Where's the Piri-Reis map?
As I told you, Countess, most of your research material was moved to Wewelsburg Castle last week.
I am personally affronted that you would exploit my absence in this way. You will regret this, Schauberger.
Maintain your composure, Countess. This decision was out of my hands. My research could be conducted at any of a number of sites throughout the country, and to be honest, I was far from thrilled about being moved to a laboratory in the center of the city.
The fact that I was not informed of this move remains absolutely unacceptable. Who gave the order?
It came from the very top, from the minister himself, or so I've heard.
The minister?
Are you surprised? I heard that some of your so-called brothers of the Order carry a great deal of weight with the minister, and they convinced him to move your research to the castle.
You should know that I'm by no means a member of the Thule Society. They merely pay me for my scientific expertise.
Whatever you say. In any case, your mysticism-loving friends apparently decided that this museum was no longer a suitable location for their club, and they presented the castle near Paderborn to the minister as a fitting alternative. He was so taken with the idea that the move was made immediately. Your exhibit items and documents were packed up and taken directly to Wewelsburg Castle. In return, my employees and I were forced to move from the pastoral Brandenburg countryside to the city so that the military command can keep a closer eye on our work.
How unfortunate. But the fact remains that one of the exhibit items, the Piri-Reis map, is absolutely vital to my research. I shall go to the ministry to resolve the issue in person before setting out immediately for Paderborn. You there, battalion leader.
Jawohl, Frau Countess.
Guard this bag until I return from the ministry. Its contents are extremely valuable. If necessary, you are to defend it with your life. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Frau Countess.
That's got to be the Eye of the Dragon. Sounds like the Piri-Reis map, however, is now in some castle near Paderborn.
Countess von Hagenhild is gone. We can begin the test. All displays check out. Let's get started. Please set the power to the lowest level. We don't want things flying around the room. I am now activating the drive impulse. It would be best to hold on to something. So far, so good. Please cut the power supply now. Excellent. My friend, our new aircraft will soon make history. Let's check the conduits. Even the smallest leak during our next test could ruin everything.
Okay, this is my chance. I need to get my hands on the eye.
Profesorki biorą się za naprawę kabli, tak? Duża konsola, mała konsola, turbina. Mały pokój, duże drzwi.
If I understand correctly, this machine is some kind of aircraft engine, when I think about the Nazis flying planes with engines like that at some point. Jesus, but that's not my problem. I've got to get the eye and find the Piri-Reis map.
To nie samoloty, to UFO.
I can't reach it.
Czerwona skrzynka.
A red metal box. Damn, the handle was loose. It broke off.
Okej.
I can't open it without the handle. I'd better leave that alone for now. Any suspicious noises could alert the guards. Sturdy enough. I'd better not climb down. I'll be seen for sure. It's long enough, but it can't hook the lever.
Your typical mop.
That won't reach the console. There's a lever on this console that controls the turbine's power supply.
Czyli coś muszę zrobić z tym mopem. Ale nie wiem co. Chyba, że za pomocą tego uchwytu da się otworzyć gablotę.
I'll shove the handle between the lid and the frame of the display case. Give it a little jerk and... Open sesame.
Pięknie.
I'll just borrow a piton from the mountain climbing equipment. The movie camera looks like junk, and I'm not too keen on owning a pair of Ernst Schaefer's old woolen socks either.
Mamy karabinczyk.
It's worth a try. Tying the scarf to the piton may open up brand new avenues of adventure.
Okej. No dobra. Może teraz będę mógł tego gdzieś tutaj użyć.
It won't reach the lever on the console.
Gdybyśmy to przywiązali do tego...
I'll use the scarf to tie the piton to the mop handle.
No właśnie.
If I'm careful, I should be able to use this to move the lever upwards without anyone noticing.
Zrobiliśmy prowizoryczną wędkę. Na maksymalną moc. Oj, to się nie skończy dobrze.
Low setting or maximum power? I think I'm more a maximum power kind of guy. I'd better not climb down. I'll be seen for sure.
Ale że oni się nie zorientowali, że tu jest taki dziwny hałas teraz.
I'd better leave that alone for now. Any suspicious noises could alert the guards.
Dobra, zastanówmy się, co ja bym mógł tu teraz zrobić.
When I was a kid, I used to practice this at my parents' New Year's parties. Just give it a good shake, and then aim it like a K-98 rifle.
Gdyby strzelanie z korka było takie proste.
What's happening? Hold on to something!
What's going on out there?
You know, sometimes I can be really mean. Is the urge to laugh maniacally a bad sign? If I climb over the railing without securing myself first, I'll end up like those guys there. And turn away from this splendid chaos? Sturdy enough.
I tied the piton to the mop handle.
Nie widzę nic, co bym mógł na czymś użyć.
I can't reach it. The engine's activated. And it's moving some serious air. Even if I could reach it, I'm not leaving here without the eye. I can't open it without the handle. expecting it to be the Pyrenees map or something.
Wąż przeciwpożarowy. Ale może dzięki temu będziemy zabezpieczeni.
I'll tie the loose end to the railing. What should I do with the loose end? I can use the hose to make my way across to the office. I spy with my little eye.
Świetnie. Mamy teczkę.
I'll take the eye and get the hell out of Berlin. I can use the fire hose again to get back into the museum. Then I'll have to travel to this Wewelsburg castle. Without the Pyrenees map, the Eye of the Dragon is worthless. The map's the only way to find the second key to the gate to Shambhala.
W międzyczasie w Hongkongu.
What is it, Huxley?
Well, sir, a certain Mr. Kleist would like to speak with you. He showed up unannounced and is somewhat overbearing. Shall I send him away?
No, certainly not. Send him in.
You may stay seated, Governor. I have no wish to take up too much of your valuable time.
Then what is it I can do for you?
You have already done something for me. No additional soldiers were sent to Tibet.
Those were your conditions.
Indeed. But it seems that perhaps I need to explain those conditions a little more clearly. There was to be no interference from your side at all.
I don't understand.
Paddock, was it really necessary to set your dog on us? Does your son mean so little to you, Governor?
You promised to give me some sign that he's still alive.
All in good time. Pray instead that we can eliminate Paddock quickly. And I'm warning you for the last time. Stay out of this. Have a pleasant evening, sir.
Is there anything I can do for you, Governor?
I severely doubt it, Huxley.
Pardon me for asking, sir, but who was that gentleman?
That, Huxley, was the devil's emissary. And I find myself involved with him.
How am I to understand that, sir?
It is probably best that you don't, Huxley. Just hope, as I do, that Fenton's mission will be a success. It may be all we have left.
Rozdział 5. Głęboko na terytorium wroga.
What a very pleasant journey. A bite to eat in the restaurant car, a few bottles of Bavarian beer, and a good snooze.
I need to get to Wewelsburg Castle as quickly as possible. I've still got a head start over the Countess, but I'll need it to find the Pyrenees map before she gets here. The station guard must know the way. Good evening. Excuse me.
Good evening, sir. What brings you here so late in the day?
Podróżuję po Europie Środkowej i z chęcią odwiedziłbym słynny zamek w Wewelsburgu. Jestem angielskim dziennikarzem. Piszę artykuł na temat słynnych obiektów niezwiązanych z Igrzyskami Olimpijskimi. Jestem profesorem, badam tu rzadkie okazy dzikiej przyrody. Bądźmy szczerzy.
I'm a tourist, and rather than go to the Olympic Games or visit one of Germany's many outstanding cities with their bars and restaurants and women, I decided to visit the famous Wewelsburg Castle instead. I'm beginning to wonder why, but I'm stuck here now. Do you know the quickest way to get there?
I'm very sorry, sir. Wewelsburg Castle is closed to visitors right now.
You're kidding. No, you're really not, are you? I've endured quite a ride just to come see this bloody thing.
Oh, what a shame. But the castle has been under military control for some weeks now, sir. All of the access routes have been sealed off, and the guards are patrolling the castle surroundings.
Why exactly is that?
I find it better not to ask. Besides, I was only posted to this station a month ago.
This is stupid. What do I do now?
Well, you are not the first person to drop by wanting to visit the castle in the last couple of days. I'd advise you to wait for the next train. There's one going to Paderborn in 2 hours. I'm afraid there's not much you can do here to kill the time. The station building is closed due to renovations, hence why I am standing outside in this awful weather. You could, of course, take a walk to Buren. It's not far away. There's a road leading directly into town from this crossroad. The guest house at the market should be open. You could warm up a bit and wait for the train there.
You know, I think I'll just enjoy some fresh air after the long train journey, even if it is raining cats and dogs. Is it okay if I wait here?
Of course, sir.
Thanks.
Damn, now what? The castle's right there. There's got to be another way in.
No będziemy musieli wykombinować jakiś sposób, żeby dostać się do zamku w Wewelsburgu. Ale moi drodzy, tym zajmiemy się w kolejnym odcinku. A tymczasem dzięki wielkie za uwagę, trzymajcie się i do usłyszenia. Hej!